Zhang Linghe's most talked about sentence this week was never written by anyone. It was a panicked, half-shouted line he blurted out on a variety show set, and the official account chose to keep it, not cut it. That single editorial decision is the kind of quiet signal rabbit news Hallyu was built to catch. Here's what happened. During a reasoning game segment on the reality show Start Deducing, an NPC jump scare sent two of his castmates lunging for the nearest thing to grab onto, his jacket. What followed wasn't scripted comedy. It was Zhang Linghe, shoulder half exposed, yelping a genuinely startled request to stop pulling his clothes. The clip spread fast, not because it was staged, but because it clearly wasn't. Now hold that image for a second, because on the same news cycle, a very different kind of statement landed. Tian Xiwei's new drama, The Wind Blows Again, began filming in Xiamen, and her character description came with an unusually specific line: she is a woman who is not entangled in inner conflict and not controlled by love. Read that again. Not falls in love slowly. Not learns to trust. Controlled by love like it's a force to be defended against, not experienced. One of these is an unscripted body language reflex. The other is a sentence written months in advance by a production team. But look closely and they're doing the same job, publicly staking out where a boundary sits, and letting the audience watch it get drawn in real time. That's the detail almost nobody connected this week. Two separate stories, two separate productions, and yet both center on the same quiet negotiation: how much control an artist, or a character built around an artist, gets to visibly claim over their own vulnerability. Let's start with Zhang Linghe, because the reaction itself tells you something the punchline doesn't. He didn't get annoyed. He didn't play the strong and silent type either. He said, essentially, "Stop pulling at me," then immediately softened it into a joke, calling his co-stars sisters mid-panic. It's a strange needle to thread, assert a physical boundary and diffuse the tension in the same breath. That's not an accident of personality. That's the exact skill set idol-to-actor crossovers are trained to have: protect the image, keep the warmth, never look combative on camera, even when the camera catches you off guard. But there's a detail underneath the detail. The show's official account didn't just let the clip run. It picked up the sisters' framing and pushed it further online, turning a boundary-setting moment into a bonding joke shared by the whole cast. That's a choice, and it's worth sitting with. A production could have quietly trimmed an awkward wardrobe malfunction out of the final cut. Nobody would have blinked. Instead, they amplified it, because a raw, mildly chaotic moment where the male lead sets a boundary and gets teased for it afterward reads as more valuable right now than a clean, polished scene ever would. Zhang Linghe's own response afterward adds another layer. Once the clip was already spreading, he didn't ask for it to be taken down or clarify that it was overblown. He joked about it on Weibo instead, comparing the whole thing to how people use test prints of a photo, a self-deprecating, almost throwaway line that did more PR work than any formal statement could. It told fans, "I wasn't upset, I'm not making this a bigger deal than it is, and I trust you to read the room correctly." That's a specific kind of professionalism that only really shows up once, on camera, unscripted. You can't rehearse a convincing spontaneous reaction. Here's the part most coverage is going to skip entirely. Tian Xiwei's new role is doing the exact same work, just with the opposite tool. Where Zhang Linghe's moment was raw and reactive, hers is deliberate, written into the bones of the character before a single scene was shot. Lin Qing, the role she's stepping into, is a small-town woman whose identity gets stolen by a wealthy heiress, then pulled into a billion-dollar family dispute. The producers didn't need to specify her emotional relationship to romance at all. Plenty of drama synopses simply describe a female lead's arc without touching the subject. They chose to specify it anyway. And the choice to explicitly rule out romantic dependency as a character trait before the show has aired a single episode functions as a marketing decision as much as a writing one. Pair that with the styling change, because visuals are rarely accidental in a first-look release. Tian Xiwei traded her usual soft, girl-next-door visual language for a slicked-back ponytail and sharp office wear, opposite Wei Daxun's returning commanding CEO look with the gold-rimmed glasses. The visual contrast is doing narrative work before the plot even starts, signaling that this character exists on her own terms, not as someone's romantic subplot waiting to happen. So here's the curiosity gap worth sitting with. Why would two completely different productions, airing on different platforms, working with different casts and different genres, independently decide that the most marketable thing they could say about their lead this month was some version of "this person controls their own boundaries"? The industry answer isn't complicated once you frame it that way. Chinese entertainment has spent the last several years working through a genuinely rough stretch around ship culture, fan-driven romantic pairings projected onto real people, often without their consent, sometimes causing real professional and personal damage to the artists involved. Agencies have gotten noticeably more careful about anything that could be read as feeding that machine. A star visibly and publicly asserting "don't touch me" without asking isn't just a funny variety show clip anymore. It's a low-risk, high-goodwill way for a management team to say, "this person's physical space belongs to them, and we're not going to pretend otherwise for engagement." Tian Xiwei's case works from the same anxiety but from the writer's side of the table. A female lead explicitly not controlled by love is, in part, a preemptive move against exactly the kind of romantic pairing speculation that tends to swallow actresses' careers whole, where the discourse around a project becomes entirely about who she has chemistry with, rather than the role itself, or her performance in it. Building the disclaimer into the character bio isn't subtle once you notice it. It's a studio trying to keep the story about Lin Qing's arc, not about whichever co-star the internet decides to ship her with the moment the trailer drops. There's a fan culture layer here too, and it cuts both ways. Some of the reaction to Zhang Linghe's clip framed it as proof of his good nature, a person who can be startled, embarrassed, and still land on his feet without losing composure. Others treated it as further evidence for a running joke about his height and how visually dramatic a simple wardrobe slip becomes on a taller frame. Both readings coexisted without contradiction, which is itself telling. Audiences don't need a single, tidy interpretation to reward a moment. They just need it to feel real. Tian Xiwei's audience split along a different line. Some fans read the "not controlled by love" description as a long overdue correction, finally, a lead written as a full person instead of a romantic accessory. Others wondered aloud whether it was simply marketing language dressed up as characterization, a way to generate discussion before a single frame has aired. Both takes are reasonable. Neither one is confirmed by anything beyond the character description itself, and the available material doesn't settle which reading is closer to the truth. Here's where it gets bigger than either of these two projects individually. Look at what's actually going viral this month across C-ent variety and drama content. It's not the romantic tension moments anymore, or not exclusively, anyway. It's boundary moments. It's characters who explicitly reject being defined by romance. It starts getting online praise specifically for setting a limit in real time, on camera, without losing likability in the process. A few years ago, the algorithm rewarded ambiguity, will they won't they tension, unconfirmed chemistry, coy non-denials designed to keep speculation alive. Right now, in this particular news cycle, it's rewarding clarity instead. Audiences are responding to people, real or fictional, who visibly know where their own line is and aren't afraid to show it. That's not a coincidence born from two productions copying each other. It's two separate teams reading the same shift in what audiences currently reward, and reaching for it independently, one through an unscripted reflex that got amplified rather than cut, the other through a sentence written into a character bio before filming even began. The method is different. The underlying instinct is not. None of this means Zhang Linghe's castmates crossed any real line, or that Tian Xiwei's show is making some grand statement about romance in the drama industry at large. The evidence doesn't support reading either moment as more than what it is on its face, a viral variety clip, and a fairly standard character description in a press release. What the evidence does support is narrower, but more interesting. Both productions had a clear opportunity to soften or bury a boundary-related detail, and both chose to spotlight it instead. That choice, made twice, independently, in the same week, by two unrelated teams working on two unrelated shows, is worth more attention than either clip got on its own. If you're the kind of viewer who wants entertainment coverage that connects details other outlets treat as unrelated, that's exactly what Rabbit News Hallyu is built for. Subscribe if you want analysis, not just headlines.